At this time, there are at least 10,000 different species of birds in the world, and there may be even more that we have not yet discovered. With their one-of-a-kind feathering, these magnificent creatures can soar effortlessly through the air and have even served as a source of motivation for humans to develop our own means of flight. But the ability to fly is only one facet of birds. There is much more to them than that. Let's take a more in-depth look at the characteristics that set birds apart from other living things by examining 10 fascinating bird facts. But before we start our video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon. Let's get started. Number 10. Not all birds can fly. Gentoo penguins are the fastest swimmers in the world. On the top of their heads is a white stripe that goes from eye to eye. Even though every bird has feathers, not all bird species use their feathers to fly. So you can see that flying takes a lot of energy and strong muscles. Because of this, birds that can't fly don't need as much food as birds that can. These birds can live in harsher places where it might be harder to find food. For instance, only some of the 18 types of penguins can fly. Instead, their bodies have changed to help them dive and swim well. For example, Gentoo penguins can swim up to 22 miles per hour. Many other types of birds can't fly, like the kiwi and kakapo of New Zealand. The ostrich can't fly, but it can run up to 45 miles per hour. The giant Australian cassowary can't fly, but it can run up to 31 miles per hour and jump 7 feet into the air. Number 9. Almost 18,000 bird species exist. All over the world, there are many kinds of birds. Scientists usually say that there are over 10,000 different kinds of birds. But new research shows that there are about 18,000 species of birds worldwide. The British Ornithologist Union says that there are 628 different kinds of birds in the UK. There are 1120 different kinds of birds in the United States. There are anywhere from 50 billion to 430 billion birds in the world. Most birds are perching birds, also called passerines, which are known for the way their feet are shaped. They have 3 toes that point forward and 1 toe that points backward. This lets them sit on branches, wires, feeders, and other thin structures. They are also known for having very different voices. When birds are perched, they often start singing. There are also many other common bird species, such as columbiforms, doves and pigeons, and coculiforms, cuckoo birds. Number 8. Birds have hollow bones. Flamingos may have an ungainly appearance, but they are skilled flyers that frequently travel long distances. The ability to fly requires a significant amount of physical and mental stamina, especially for birds that must stay airborne for extended periods. Bird skeletons have modified, hollow, or partially hollow bones as a result of evolution, which helps them alleviate some of the stress placed on their bodies. The hollow bones of a bird have air holes inside, which allows the bird's body to take in more oxygen and provide them with more energy for flight. Moreover, they are significantly less dense than solid bone. The feathers of a bird weigh more than the skeleton of the creature as a whole. Despite this, the skeletons of birds can nonetheless sustain the weight of the bird's body when it is in flight while landing and walking on the ground. Number 7. Only birds have feathers. Eggs are the offspring of birds, which are warm-blooded vertebrate animals. The presence of feathers is a characteristic that sets birds apart from other kinds of creatures. Some birds are unable to fly, such as ostriches and penguins. Most birds can fly. On the other hand, feathers are only found on birds, and all birds have feathers. The kiwi, which can only be found in its native New Zealand, is the only bird in the world that does not have wings. Flight is the primary purpose for which birds utilize their feathers. They have muscles at the base of each feather, which helps them move more efficiently when flying. Feathers have multiple functions, including regulating temperature and assisting in the search for a mate. Did you know that their feathers also have a natural resistance to water? When it rains or there is water around, it helps keep them dry. Number 6. Birds lay eggs. An ostrich hen is sitting on her nest, guarding her eggs. Ostriches can run at speeds greater than 70 kilometers per hour and may cover a distance of up to 5 meters in a single stride. This makes them the fastest runners of any bird or animal that walks on 2 legs. Having the ability to produce offspring is yet another crucial characteristic of birds. The eggs of the bee hummingbird are the tiniest of all, weighing only 0.02 ounces and measuring less than 1/5 inch by 14 inches. They are also the thinnest. On the other hand, an ostrich egg is the largest egg that can be found anywhere in the globe. Eggs laid by ostriches have a height of 5 inches, a width of 5 inches, and a weight of 3 pounds. On the other hand, the kiwi is the victor when it comes to the proportion of birds to eggs. Although these birds are only around the size of a domestic chicken, the eggs they lay are up to a foot long and can weigh up to a pound. This represents approximately 20% of a female kiwi's total body mass. That is the same as if an ostrich were to lay an egg that weighed 88 pounds. Number 5. Birds congregate for protection. The name for a group of birds is a flock. A flock is a group of birds that are all the same species and move together in a coordinated way. Different species benefit in different ways from living in groups. It helps most species stay safe from predators. When they're in a flock, they can all look in different directions, which help them stay alert. When a predator sees a flock moving around, it could get confused or distracted, making it hard to pick out one prey. For some animals, like geese, being in a group has extra benefits. The geese's V shape helps them use less energy when they fly. When a bird in front flaps its wings, the bird in the back feels the impact of the air. This is helpful when a bird is hurt or not as big as usual. Number 4. Birds are popular pets. Cute masked, the bird is perched on the girl's finger. The names of these types of pet birds come from how close a pair is to each other. Birds are smart animals, and each one has a personality all its own. This is why many people like having birds as pets in their homes. Some estimates say that more than 3 million households in the US have a pet bird. Some pets, like canaries, finches, lovebirds, cockatiels, and parakeets, are small birds. Others are big, like cockatoos and African gray parrots. Many birds that people keep as pets can be taught to imitate sounds, even human voices. Alex, a well-known African gray parrot, knew more than 100 words and could tell apart numbers, colors, and shapes. Macaws are also very social. Many like to hang out with their owners. Even small birds like budgies and cockatiels can learn hundreds of words, are easy to train, and form strong bonds with their owners. Number 3. Some birds can mimic human speech. Certain birds, like parrots, can imitate human speech. The African gray parrot is not only the most vocal, but also one of the most intelligent birds in the animal kingdom. Because of its impressive brain capacity, a single parrot can imitate hundreds of sentences. According to recent research findings, these birds can imitate human speech and utilize it to interact with their owners. Strangely, ravens living in the wild can imitate the sounds made by their natural enemies to lure them to carcasses that the ravens cannot open on their own. Ravens can imitate human speech and other noises they hear in their environment. These birds are far more intelligent than other species of birds, having the same mental and emotional capacity as a human youngster of 5 years old. Number 2. Birds' feet never become cold. The zygodactyl feet of cuckoo birds are one of the things that make them stand out. Even when it's cold outside, birds don't lose as much heat through their feet as other animals, including people. Even though their feet are cold, it doesn't bother them too much. This is because the blood vessels in their feet are set up differently. When warm blood from the bird's heart flows down to its feet, it mixes with the colder blood coming back up from the feet and helps to warm it up. Number 1. The fastest animals are birds. Up to 90 times per second, hummingbird wings beat. It just so happens that birds are the fastest animals on Earth. Cheetahs are the fastest animals on land and can run up to 70 miles per hour, but peregrine falcons can dive down to catch food at almost 200 miles per hour. On the other hand, white-throated needle-tail swifts can fly at up to 105 miles per hour horizontally through the air. Albatrosses fly about 50 miles per hour, but these big seabirds can go their first 6 years without touching land. But a male bar-tailed godwit holds the record for the longest migration without stopping. He flew over the Pacific Ocean for 7,500 miles without stopping. Not all birds can fly that fast, though. The American woodcock, the slowest bird in the world, can only fly at 5 miles per hour. So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, click the like and the bell buttons. We'll have another video for you soon. Take care until then.